Hey y'all, I'm Vis. I cuss like a sailor, and training day is my favorite day. So if adult language offends you, or if you can rattle off all 7 steps to maxing out a good training day, this video might not be for you. I fucking love training day. I especially love a training day with kingdom trials in the middle of a reduction event. My kingdom and a few others that I've made some guest appearances in can all attest to that training day checklist speaker that I always send out. Basically, before you start building troops, you should be maxing out your buffs, talents, appointments, the works, so that you can build as much for as little as possible. Remember, the goal is always to fuck GOG as hard as they fuck us. If you're new to this game, I hope this video shows you some new tricks. If you're an OG, I hope that it reminds you of a step that you may have been forgetting. I speaker this checklist as much for myself as I do for others. You'll see me check back to it as I'm recording. Note, the footage in this video was recorded over 2 different reduction events, so if the currency looks old, it probably is. Before we start with the official checklist, there are a few things that I always look at. The first being your buffs: personal, kingdom, and alliance. You get an extra 30% training speed just for having your subscription active. If you don't see this, buy in. The buffs for your subscription are well worth the money even as a minimal spender. There are 3 kingdom buffs available for training day: wartime draft, recruitment drive, and rapid training. Hopefully, your king has lined up your 300% with the reduction event so you can max out your rewards. If these are not active, go hassle your king to the point of threatening a burning if they don't turn them on ASAP. In the active buff area, we also see if our alliance has any returning king buffs. If I'm about to push a lot of troops, or if a team member is about to build a shit ton of 13s, we need this extra benefit. So right about now, I'm hitting up all of my castle collectors, trying to bring back 5 dead accounts just for an extra 25% in training speed. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to watch my older video. You know that saying, fail to plan, plan to fail? Your next pre-step is checking out the deals of the day. I'm going to jump ahead to the end of the checklist for just 1 second. There is a specific reason that Pop Surge is at the end, and I'll go into detail when we get there, but this talent only gives you 30 minutes to get all of the things done, so it is imperative that you know what is being offered for purchase and where. Plan to use double gold when in reduction event and check out the best deals to clear more tiers of rewards. Rebate. Rebate, rebate, rebate. Lord have mercy if you don't know the rebate tab. These deals are buy 3, get 4 on training speed ups. It's usually the best deal out there, and when we're in a reduction event, you can use the gold 24-hour double gold on all 3 of these. Not to mention that rebate is usually the one place that GOG math makes sense. Now the annoying part. It's time to math out some resources. Everyone should have a general understanding of how much a batch of troops cost them on the daily. This number is different for everyone. Knowing your average cost will help you gauge about how much you'll need in resources for a good power push. If you're like me, your eyes tend to be bigger than your stomach. There are training calculators out there that you can use to help you figure out your costs. But in my humble opinion, having some extra resources open is much better than being short resources mid-push. If you have extra food at the end of this, just set up some research, learn a new war book, or take it as a sign that you're not actually done training and go find some more speed ups. Now that you know how many resources you need, it's time to have it open.
Dracarys.
Burn your farm, burn your friend's farm, level that alliance that you hate, beg, borrow, steal, pimp your troops out on the corner like the crack whores they are, willing to do all of the sketchy shit, and get everything you need. There is nothing like seeing a billion open food being eaten away to light a fire under your ass. Once all of these are in place, we're ready for the official checklist. Some of these percentages may sound minimal, but remember, all of your buffs stack here. The smallest 5% increase will save you dollars and will slow down a dev's Lamborghini payment. These are checked off in a specific order, so follow along carefully. Number 1, the training day coupon. This is first on the list because it's not always available and it's one of the most easily forgotten steps. Activating this coupon gives you an extra 30% speed up for 5 days. The training day coupon is found at the bottom of your reduction store, or it can be purchased one time out of the VIP 10 box. I don't suggest buying the VIP 10 box unless you're building a lot of new troops. Number 2, the UAC Accolade. This is another item that not everybody has in their bags because it's only found in the higher UAC reward chests. We have even less of these now because UAC doesn't run during Uncharted Seas. If you have one or two of these saved up, I would continue to hold on to them until you're ready for a big push. This Battlefield Hero frame bumps up your training speed an extra 5% for 3 days. Number 3, gear and gems. Most of us have a high enough VIP level for quick equipment switches. One of these slots for me is always set to training, and my training gems are embedded in my training gear, so a quick switch sets me up for both. Training gems can be purchased in 4 packs totaling $120 US. They're found under the Growth tab. These add different speed boosts to training depending on which packs you have or if you buy into the full set. There are a few different pieces of equipment gear that you can put on to benefit your training. You're either going to craft free gear or you're going to purchase the training gear bundle. Purchased gear comes in 3 packs and it also costs $120 US. For the sake of training, this gear helps with cost, speed, and capacity. It also gives some extra hospital benefits that are well worth it if you're someone who trains a lot to fight a lot. Free gear is built from Lieutenant Set 2. If you aren't spending on training gear, craft and wear the helmet, ring, and heart locket anytime you're training troops. These 3 pieces will help with training capacity and cut some of your resource costs. This gear does not, however, help with your training speed. Number 4, talent tree points. For most of us, this is another quick switch. You want to make sure that your Lord talent points are set in balance for both training capacity and speed. Setting your tree in balance will also unlock the talent skill Population Surge, which we activate last and is step number 7. Number 5, drill drums. Through your Lord screen, go to the Temporary Wonder Store and buy drill drums with gold. This Temp Wonder ups your training speed by 20%. On any training day, there are 2 options for drill drums. You can either buy them to last for a full day, or you can buy one for less gold that will only last for 2 hours. Truthfully, most of my training days are done speed style, and I'm burnt out of speed ups within 10 to 30 minutes. If I'm doing a big power push, I will buy the 1-day drum, but for me, 2 hours is usually enough time. Number 6, guard appointments. If you're like me, your first 2 guard appointments are usually set with some bullshit purple guards. If you've watched my lieutenant position video, you know why I do this, but now is the time to switch these guys back up. Your Innovator and your 8 appointment up your training speed, so assign the highest star gold guards here for the best speed boost. Number 7, it's go time. Make sure you're focused and ready to train your ass off. The moment that you activate Population Surge, you have 30 minutes to cut your resource cost for training by 25%. There are 2 reasons that we do this last. 1, you're on a timer, so let's make the most of it. And 2, you can no longer touch your talent tree or you'll reset this timer and you'll fuck yourself. I have the stamina talent unlocked on both of my saved Lord talent switches. In this video, I switch from one to the other, and even though it's unlocked on both, my timer automatically ends and I'm back in cooldown. Do not let this happen to your training cost or you will eat way more resources than you expected to. What you train is up to you. Some people push calves, others distance, some need to replace their dead infantry troops, and some just build a little bit of everything. Either way, when you have a 30-minute timer going, you're going to want to use those 5K, 20K, or 100K capacity coupons here. Open what you think you can handle in terms of resources, and then open more as you go. Be careful not to fat finger 99 5Ks at the same time, or you'll spend a lot of days and a lot of speed ups eating up your mistake. On training day, we get extra goodies in the Kingdom Trials tab for using speed ups. One of the reasons that I love training so hard during Reduction Event is because you get the currency for the Reduction Festival store instead of their usual resource training capacity coupon bundles that it normally pays out. This tip: when you run out of speed ups, remember to double gold in the Reduction store before buying more. If you've exhausted your wallet for the day and you want to use gold to finish out your troops, trade that gold in the store instead for more speed ups. That way you can keep earning the tier rewards in your Kingdom Trials. And that's your 7-point checklist to maximizing a training day. Thank y'all so much for watching. Happy training! Also, Hosk, you're not a Jedi. Team GOG!